The $2 trillion mark in market cap is acting as a psychological resistance now. We came near that, we went above that a little bit, and now we are slowing down there. At the same time, you need to look at the coins like these, where you see enormous movement. Say Cardano moved like 50% in last week, XRP moved like 63%. Now you have other coins which are also moving, but the key step which you need to understand here is that on a macro level, yes, you're bullish. So if you go on a 3-day chart, you're bullish. Daily chart, it's breaking out, it's bullish. Weekly chart, that's super bullish. Trend, support, resistance, everything is great. So short term, on a 4-hour, you are waiting for a breakout. So if this is breaking to the downside, then we may consolidate there. Now that won't be like huge range of consolidation. It can be something like this, just 2 days. Now that's not a big deal for long-term investors with nerves of steel, but for those who are leveraging, who are in short-term trades, it can be painful. But you know what? You need to also understand how the market is evolving. If you remember a week back when we dropped this video, the volume, the daily trading volume for XRP was like 24 here, right? Now, when you actually move into different one, you can actually see how things are changing. Here, you can see that is like 2.4 billion. And then when you move up here, you see that being doubled, right? Now it's around 5.8. So that's just double there. Great. And if you remember here, if you are looking at this one, you can kind of see that the volume here is increasing. Here for ethers slowly reducing. It's 23 done. And here, if you look at this on now, it's 20. Whereas for XRP, it's again kind of double there, give or take. And yesterday it was like 11.5. So it was way higher than that. So given that, you understand that volume is entering more and more into this asset. You just go to the return rates and you understand that XRP is showing you good gains. Now, what are the critical levels which you should be eyeing now? Because you just got a break higher, you're moving up, all of that's fine, right? So what should you be looking at right now if you are in XRP? Market is moving higher, great, fine, we understand that and we are happy about it. So if you actually zoom in, you kind of see this, right? You just go in and the price shows you, okay, you are bouncing, you still have room to the upside, and just when you zoom in, you get this point. This line where you cross into the overbought territory, that's where usually the euphoria in price begins. But right now, here we have already started that kind of euphoric parabolic move to the upside. If you remember, before we started this, when we were here, I told my patrons that we are going to start parabolic move soon. So don't just be lazy, focus on the price, look at what's happening. Then you can see that the MACD happened to cross there, and this is the 3-day chart. So you are looking for a huge run to the upside. So where you are eyeing somewhere between $6 to $9, that's not a small deal in just a couple of months. Right now, you look at this. We talked about this when we were coming in, slowing down. We were like, okay, fine, we have a little bit of resistance there, but as we go higher and break this with volume, we're going to continue. Now look at this. We had volume. The volume just increased over that time zone. Now to look at the regular volume, how it changed, say the market, how the thought process in the market changed, you can look at the weekly volume. The weekly volume here, as you can see, it's increasing dramatically. So when you are eyeing on this one, look at the last candle or this week. Now here for me in South Korea, there's a new week here. So for you guys, mostly it would be 15th. So that's still going to close in this weekend. So when you get a weekly candle like this, popping through like 60-70%, that shows you the impact of the bull market, because you don't usually get that in a bear market. And when you get that inside a bull market, you now know where to be on. So weekly candle, just time series. We talked about this previously, but we are reiterating that, saying, yeah, we still look at September 24 for a peak of this impulse. Now, if we break the resistance and continue higher towards the top of wave 2, that's still fine, great. But even if we slow down, you now know why we are slowing down. That has been the case from a long time, right? We've been doing that from last year, June, July, then October, November. We've been doing that. So even if we slow down at the top, it's fine. But what you're anticipating is a break to the upside. Now, why am I emphasizing on that area? Because if you look at XRP BTC pair, you can see that we are bouncing as anticipated. We are moving above a long-term trend where we broke above. We've been staying just above that. Now we are bouncing. So if you look at this trend in RSI, we've been near the support for a long time. We've been consolidating inside this, but each time the upside is being pushed a little bit more up. So we had higher highs. Now we are rounding back and we are getting the momentum to the upside. We are moving to the upside. So that's great. That's all great. Now, what are you looking at? Because when you eye on this one, you are probably like, okay, fine. You have a 50x possibility and in between like 20x. Now that's an XRP BTC pair. And usually you get way more in dollar terms. So this is the altcoin market cap showing you we just broke higher here in the RSI and that's happening now. Whereas the price broke bullish way before. Now, MACD crossed to the upside, RSI broke to the upside, price has already broken to the upside. Now, if the price has already broken next level, moving above that level, what are you looking at? Basic stuff, look at the BTC dominance. What's it doing? It's breaking to the downside. Fine. So when you see both of them and then look at the macro level chart of XRP, you kind of get this. Fine, we are pumping to the upside. If you look at the price, there's a lot of noise. Even monthly, it's kind of, a little bit up, a little bit down. But you look at the RSI, it shows you that you are going to bounce. And we talked about this, from some time, and that's happening now. We bounced and one candle here, then another here. Now we are moving up. Remember, in this month, we still have like 14 days to go. And if we manage to break above, that's going to be something great. Now, what are the levels we are looking at? We first had 0.34. We talked through that level. We took you guys through that. Then it came to 0.52. It was acting as a resistance, 0.5 to 0.7. We broke above, we came back. Now that's huge support. Now if you look at this rounded bottom going parabolic, you'll understand that, okay, we are just getting started in parabolic nature of the bull market. So wave 1 has been completed and we are now starting wave 2 with a parabolic to the upside. So that parabolic price action showing you green straight candles moving up, we also had that in wave 1, but here the momentum is going to be way higher. Now, what are the resistance levels you are eyeing at? 1.6, 1.7 range, and then 3.3 to 3.4. Now, you can extend it up to 3.8 depending upon different exchange. You had different highs in last cycle. So if that's the case, you are looking for 2 resistance upside. That means to the downside, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a lot more in support. So when the price is supporting this much and price is pumping higher with, again, the weekly MACD is just about to cross. So you haven't actually seen the huge volume increase there. If you eye all the bull market previously and look at these indicators, you get more volume after this. Now, yeah, majority of the run up is already done with your ROI, because if you missed this run up from 0.5 to 1.3, now a big part of your ROI in this wave is already done because it compounds from here. Say we go to $20, that's like 15-16x from here, and you already got like 80%, sorry, 130%. Now that means you, instead of getting 15x from here, you already have like 25x, right? Now if your average was even lower, you are getting much higher ROI. Now if you go to a real-time chart to look at for XRP, this is what you are literally watching. Now, yes, you can go into a 4-hour chart, as we just told. Things vary there. Now, if you step in to an hourly chart, which I see a lot of people are doing, you can definitely look at the recent patterns which the market showed you. Now, yes, we are seeing the rounded bottom patterns again and again repeated here. So you got that one here near the moving average. Now you're getting something similar here. But the question is, you also had another drop which took it again towards the moving average. So if we get another drop, we're going to come back to 1.2 range where the moving average is going to get close to the price, right? So that is a possibility there. And then when you go to a 4-hour chart, again, that's repeating the same idea. The price has moved way higher than the moving average. When we run ahead of a time, you need to stay cautious in daily if you're trading. If you are not trading, these are just noise in the market where you get a little bit of up, little bit of down, but you are pumping to the upside. This is just the scenario which you are looking for this quarter, right? You round up, you're moving up, the momentum is changing to the upside. If you take this on a 3-day or a weekly chart and then look at the volume, you definitely get this clear. The volume is increasing now. We went down, we are moving up. So as the volume come back, hopefully next time we are going to get higher levels of volume and a ton of price action. Because each time we are going up, we are getting that. This, next, here, and the next one, which is going to be even monumental. Why? Because wave 2 invites a lot of people in because they see these green numbers, right? When the market itself is showing you negative, if you are holding in green, then that is enormous gains. Now, if you are able to compound that, that's going to be even better. Now, say last 24 hours, Solana has actually moved higher, but in a weekly concern, it's 36%, whereas XRP just moved 63. So when it pumps hard, right? That's why we look at the fundamentals and we understand that it is really important. Now, one of the other stuff here is like when you go through and look at a lot of different coins and understand, okay, these coins have this kind of area where you can exit. There are changes happening in the technicals just because of the fundamental changes. All of these are kind of stuff which you need to get on where you're going to move higher. Say all of these are kind of exit strategies for wave 2. So when you're going higher in wave 2, you definitely need to understand where you're going to take profits. So if you are new to this and you want to get guidance for that, you need to get ideas of what are the resistance levels. You're looking at the Elliott wave, where the top of Elliott wave will be, and then what the Fibonacci is showing you. So you kind of plot that, then take your trend analysis, pattern analysis, wave analysis, combine them to get different areas to exit from the market in wave 2. You can definitely look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, where you're going to get all of these along with charts, updates of what an asset is doing, what you can anticipate, and other stuff, right? You get Telegram alerts too. That's not being shown here, but you also get breakout calls. Today in this market, you're getting breakout in some coins. Now they're going to be the best gainers for next 24 hours. Now that's short term, yes, but long term, if you are in, you don't actually have to focus on that, but it gives you an edge over the market if you have some cash to trade, right? Now, going back into the matter, you look at this and then the altcoin in general. So the altcoin market cap, if you're eyeing it on a weekly or monthly, which is the long-term scenario, you're looking something like this. Great, we are trending higher, we are moving up, we are preparing for the biggest wave to the upside. So you're just starting here, you have a long way to the upside to run. With time, you're gonna ride till here, and from the current level, it's gonna be a massive run up in wave 2. So say November, December, Jan. If we top out in October, don't shoot me out, but you know, mostly it would be November to Jan where we are going to top off in this wave, and that's going to be an enormous ROI. If you look at this, you will definitely understand last time we did massive run. No, you can actually take the bottom from here and then plot it till the top of the wave 2. You kind of get like 55x in average market. So there are some coins which are going to do much higher, 70, 100, 105, you know, much higher than that. And there are some coins which are going to do 20, 30x. Still, that 20 and 30 is not bad. But if you are able to get the average return in the market or above average, that's going to change your portfolio, how it actually looks like, right? We talk through this on a regular basis. We give you the idea to understand that we are going to get you through on the right time. So if you're wanting to take your profits at the right time, you need to do that. Don't think that it's going to go higher at a level when it's already massively up. A lot of people did that mistake in wave 1, so don't repeat that in wave 2, because after this, it's going to be a massive correction. It's going to be massive in time. I mean, 10 months, most of us won't be able to digest that. Say, if you consider, like, say your portfolio now is like $100,000 and it goes up 20x, now you're like 2 million. That's not bad, that's great. But if in that, now last time it was 230 days, this time it can be 300 days, we don't know, or more. So given that and the possible range of correction to 60% downside, if you are seeing like 10% drop, that's $200,000 down a day. If you're seeing 5% drop, that's still $100,000 down a day. And even if you say you have nerves of steel, that's going to be hard to hold through. We discussed through this in one-on-one sessions with the members, and we understood that, yeah, a lot of people didn't take profit in wave 1, even though there was chart showing, okay, fine, you can take some here, that can be dry powder for you. But now, it's fine. You just waited 4 months and the market is bouncing back. Wave 2, you're going to take profit. Then you're going to enjoy your life for next 10 months before it all skyrockets for wave 3. So as the charts are showing you that you are trending up, don't go against the trend. Never trade against the trend. When you see that the price is going through, you can plot the support and resistance. That's fine, that's great. But at the same time, do note the trend line. If you are on a different time frame, try to find out the trend for that one. Say the macro, we have already discussed through that, and people will get surprised by some numbers. But here you kind of really get this as a bottom. Now if you just extend that, you're getting that tied up with this bottom almost. So if you plot that accurately, you're going to get something like this. The trend is moving like this, and trend is your friend. Definitely you need to understand this stuff. The price went up, great, and then it consolidated for a long time, and it's still maintaining that trend. So if it's not breaking down from here, you know the Elliott wave, right? You're gonna get huge wave to the upside. Now this would feel massive and crazy for a lot of guys, but if this structure of Elliott wave is playing out, you can definitely take a monthly chart for this and look at this, and then wow, if this Elliott wave structure is going to play out, what are you looking at? This was just your wave 1, and if your wave 1 itself was huge, say here you got somewhere near 70,000%, which is like, you know, huge ROI, you're going to look at 2 to 3 times that for your next wave up. Now it's even crazy to think like the price is going to go that higher, because a lot of people will argue about the market cap and get confused there. But you definitely need to understand the market always behaves in such manner. Now, even if it's not doing 2 to 3x, minimum is just above the current rent, right? So you take in the 70,000% and or just above that, you're still $100. So it aligns with the trend line. Now you plot your real stuff, which is like 2 to 3 times. 2 times comes to 255, and 3 times comes somewhere close to $350. Now you understand that the wave analysis is great. We get the idea. The pattern analysis, we got the idea. You have a long way to go from here. So if you are taking your profits too early in a big chunk, you need to reanalyze your exit strategies. You need to understand where the price can actually go. Fine, if you're taking your profits at the top of wave 2 and you're peaceful, when it comes to the bottom, maybe we're going to go to $20, $25, even extended to $28, $30, and come back down to $10, $8 mark. You can buy back if you want to. And that's going to massively increase your XRP holding if you think you don't have enough. Now, most of us will think, I don't have enough, I want to buy more. But, you know, keeping that stuff out, if you really think you have a little units of XRP and you want to increase, that's going to be a huge opportunity. But understand, You're not going to time the market well unless you're super lucky. Most of us are going to give time in the market and take that enormous ROI to the outside, right? So guys, if you definitely received value for your video, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.